All right, welcome guys. Today we're going to do a Desmos activity with on the pace. You're going to follow this link and you're going to sign in with Google. And it's going to take you to a screen that will have some instructions, and I can see your work from there. And I'll stay with you guys, helping you out through the whole thing. Okay. All right, so I can see you guys' work. I could see what you're typing. Yeah, Abby's. And Abby's, did you figure that out manually, or do you type in with a calculator?
Wait, what? Sorry.
So to get the data, you could use the stats calculator, or you could use the box and whisker maker, right? And you would just have to type the data to get and.
Yeah, I just Googled one, and I'm using it.
Okay, right on. Okay, so you get the idea. And was there? We got to find out the boundaries. So Abby, when you get a chance, if you want it in a different color, go ahead and put like in orange the boundaries. Now there's definitely not one on the left side, but there might be one on the right side. What the boundary would be, the upper boundary rather. Okay. This data, I just made it up. I just didn't want it to be too long. What would your guess be for the average, by the way?
12.
12-ish. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, maybe the average is getting pulled by 34 a little bit, right? So maybe if 34 wasn't there, the average would be like 8, 9. But since 34 is there, it might be pulling the average a little bit. I would guess that this data is right skewed because 34 is really far from the middle number. Okay. There you go. And like I said, you don't have to write every single number at the bottom because it's a little tricky to write them all out. Okay. All right. So Abby says the IQ are 7 between Q1 and Q3, which would mean that the upper bound would be 7 plus 13.5 plus another 3.5, which would be 24. Okay, so 34 would definitely be an outlier. And so what you want to do on that one, Abby, is put a star on 34 and then decrease your line to 17. Decrease your whisker, right? And you can do it in red if you want. A new whisker and then a star on your outlier. Okay. Here's Braden's. Okay. Good job.
My handwriting's so bad on the computer.
Yeah, no, I know. And you know what? I totally understand.
My 5 is it's so big. It looks so retarded.
You guys don't have a stylus. You have a stylus, and with mine,
I don't. I don't even have like a mouse. I don't even have. I'm just using my fingers for this.
I'm using the pad thing, and I think it works a bit better.
Here, wait. I think
when your fingers are really large, it doesn't really know where to put the line.
Mr. Kiona, let me run downstairs real quick. Let me see if I can find something.
All right. All right. So, if you want to go to the next one is going to you're going to describe the standard deviation. And on the next one, Abby, we need to find the average. I think I forgot. Oh, you are writing this. Okay, got it. Standard deviation. Perfect. Okay. All right.
I found nothing.
Nothing. All right, it's fine. It's okay. I'm not gonna grade it for neatness. I think this is still kind of cool. I can see live what you guys are kind of doing, even though it's a little messy. It's okay. Okay. All right. The
what the? Okay.
So the middle number was 8, according to you guys' data, right? And okay, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes, and then we got to move on to screen 2. Okay. But on screen 2, I'm going to take over because I want to talk about it, and then you guys can do the rest, and I'll show you how to do those because they're a little tricky. All right, pretty good, Eli. Good job. Okay, Ethan. All right. Is it Ethan? Your IQR is whatever this distance is, right, from here to here. By the way, when I draw on this, Ethan, does it draw on yours too? Does this draw on yours? I hope not. Probably not. There's a calculator on the top too that they're working on. And you can also make this large like that.
Holy, okay.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Okay, some little tools. Okay, so I'm gonna what's up, Quinones, up Eli. All right, I'm gonna force you guys to go into number 2. Even though you may not be perfectly finished, that's okay. Okay. So let's go to number 2. We need to find the standard deviation. And standard deviation is how wide is each of the bars. Remember the bins on the histograms? So, and you don't know how to do that, but your calculator can do that. And what you want to do is type in. Can you guys look at my screen right now real quick? Look at that. You want to use the stats calculator. And you're going to type in the data, and it'll tell you the standard deviation. The standard deviation is how wide each of those bars is, the width of the bars, just like the bins, okay? Can somebody read me the data for me?
Okay. 2.
Okay.
4.
4.
5.
5.
8.
8.
8.
8.
8. 9. 12. 15. 17.
17.
34.
34. Okay. So if you type in the data, and you don't have to do that, just watch me. I'll do it for you. It's going to give us, of course, the quartiles, right? The minimum, max, which is cool because if you want to do a box and whisker, you could just have the computer give you all the data and you could do it, right? But the number we want is right here, 8.4. So we need 8.4 and the mean, which is the average, right here, 11. So I'm going to round this off to 11, and I'm going to round the standard deviation to 8, okay? So keep watching my screen. So 8 and 11, right? So I'm going to go to this thing, and I'm going to tell it that the standard deviation is 8. 1 second, let me close this. Okay, keep watching my screen. You're going to do the advanced normal curve, okay? But don't do that yet. Just keep watching my screen, then you're going to do it. So all we need is 2 numbers. The average, which was, we rounded it off to 8. Of course, my computer is really slow. Hang on. All right, if it's, let's see why I don't use my Chromebook, my Mac, so slow here. Okay. So I'm going to draw this instead right here. Okay. So I'm going to take over Taylor's. So I'm going to draw. Can you guys do this on your notes? Okay. You're going to draw the curve. Okay. And then the average, we said is going to be 8, right? I'm rounding it off a little bit, right? And what was the standard deviation? What was the standard deviation in our data? I think we rounded up to 11, right?
The standard deviation is 8.
Oh, it's 8? What was the average?
8.4. The average is 11.
Oh, I got it backwards. Okay. So I got it backwards. I'm glad I got it backwards because it could happen to you too. Okay. So I'm going to, how do I undo here? Okay, it took over Taylor's.
Use the eraser tool.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. There's an eraser. Oh, here it is. But what the?
Oh no, dude.
I'm stuck. All right.
I'm never here.
All right, here we go. So, ready? Here's my new curve. All right. The average was 11. So draw a line down the middle. You can put dashed if you want. This is 11. This is the average, right? The average is 11. Now, the standard deviation was 8. So that means you got to go 8 to the right. What's 11 plus 8?
19.
19. Okay. So they will put plus 8, right? And this is the symbol for standard deviation. It's like a little O. All right. So we got to go 11 minus 8. And 11 minus 8 is 3. Okay. And then we got to do another 8 after 19, which would be 27. And then another 8 over here, which would be minus a negative 5. And then another 8 over here. All you need is 3 of them. So plus 8 is 35. And then minus 8, which would be negative 13. Okay. So this is our data. If these numbers were just a sample of the whole world, whichever the data this represents, this would be the data right here. So if you got an 11, pretend this was quiz scores, what percentile, what ranking are you in this class? If you got an 11, what was your ranking?
Average.
Yeah, and what number? Like what percentage? You're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right?
50?
50. Yep. You're the 50th percentile. 50th. Okay. What if you got a 19 on this quiz? What would be your rank?
Above average, like slightly above average.
Yeah. How much more? How many? What was the percentage in this bar right here? 34, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, 34 point something or whatever, right? And the numbers are here too on the pace. See, 34. So on that one, I would be, if you had a 19, you'd be 50 plus 34. You would be the 84 percentile, right? What if you got a 27? What would be your percentile? I think this was 13, right? So you'd have to add, you'd have to add 13 to 84, which would be 90 what?
97.
97. Okay. All right. And what if you were at 35?
You're like 99.
99 percentile. You're like Mr. Big Shot, right? Make sense? Now, what if you were somewhere? What if your score was right here? So you'd be somewhere where?
Between 84th and
yeah,
97.
exactly. Okay, somewhere between 84 and 97. You're probably going to be closer to the 84 than the 97 because This green is closer to this than it is to the right side. Okay. So I gave you a tool to use to figure this out. Okay. And let's see if my computer loaded it up since I gave it like 10 minutes to open up. I just got to find it now. I have like a million things here. And it's going to be this one. Okay. So the average, you type it here with a mu. And the mu is going to be, we said it was 11, right? And then the standard deviation was 8. Okay. So if you got a 21, you put 21 and you click on this little bar. Let's click on this. I'm going to click on this first. 1 second. All right. Then you put 21. That means you're in the 84th percentile. See that? And can somebody give me a score, a different score to try out? Give me a different score to try, a different number. Anybody? You guys with me? Did I lose everybody?
I'm seeing if anyone else is going to answer.
I know, thanks. All right, go for it, Brady. Give me a different score for this pretend quiz.
50.
50. I'll say 15 because 50 is probably not even going to be in the range. See that?
Yep.
I'll do a 15. A 15, that means I have to press enter. I think I didn't press enter last time. You got to press enter. You're the 69th percentile, right? Give me a score down here, like lower than average. Anybody?
4.
4. Okay. So if you got a 4, you got to press enter. You're the 19th percentile. Okay. So next, I'm going to do one that's a between. What if you got between a 6 and a 10, and you press enter, and it'll tell you the percentage inside. See that? So that means that if you got everybody that got a 6 and a 10, they are 18% of the data. They're not better than 18%. Together, this is 18% of the data right there. Okay. So when you click on the middle button that says the little 2 brackets is when you have 2 numbers between. When you click on the one left, it says greater. All right, my computer's slow. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to try this out, right? And what we're going to do is go to, and don't go there yet, but first watch me and then you guys would try it out. Now, I really miss my Chromebook because this guy is so clunky. All right, so here is screen 3. All right, Ethan, can you read about the salamanders?
The length of salamanders have a normal distribution with mean of 15 centimeters and a standard deviation of 2 centimeters. What is the probability a salamander has a length less than 13 centimeters?
There we go. So 15, 2, and 13. All right, so what we're going to do, we got to go to that thing here and change the average to 15, the standard deviation to 2, and then we want to know all the salamanders that are less than, what was the number, Ethan? Less than what?
Less than
Let's check. I think it was less than 13.
13 centimeters.
All right, less than 13. So we're going to click on the less than button and then put 13 and then enter. So what percentage of all salamanders are less than 13 inches? 15%, 15.87%. Okay. So let's all try these out and use this tool, right? You got to press enter once you put the number. What if you wanted to know the salamanders that are greater than 13? Then you want to click on the other button and it'll shade the right side. And hopefully your computers are faster than me. Okay, so can you guys try this out while I try to figure out my Chromebook? So what you're going to do is you're going to do this screen, and there's 8 screens, and they're all the same thing. Okay, so go ahead and try that out and talk to each other as you're doing that while I figure out what to do with my Chromebook. Okay. Oh, by the way, what was the answer to number 1, Ethan?
To number 1.
Wasn't it? I forgot what it was.
I don't know. This.
Yeah, let's go back here. I'll type it in. So this was 15%. So you're gonna put 15.
They want it in a decimal, so I said 15.87.
Oh, even better. 15.87% are less than.
Because they said they want it in a decimal.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't read the full thing. Perfect. So you want 15.87% of all salamanders are less
No,
than.
you don't. You just use a decimal. That's it.
Okay,
You
perfect.
don't write anything else.
Okay.
Because that's all it wants, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it wants the probability, but it's okay. I want you to leave it like that. Perfect. So go ahead and try these out and talk to each other.
Wait, submit it. See what it says.
Wait, does it give you a score? I don't think it has like an answer, right?
Why? Okay, that happened to me. It said check your work and resubmit.
Really? Oh, check your. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Maybe it does have answers. Try just put in the decimal as it is exactly. Let's try that. There we go.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so don't change
Sorry.
it to a percentage. Leave it as just like it is right there. Cool. This is something I copied off of the internet, so there's probably the answers in the background somewhere. Okay. All right, guys, try that out and talk to each other and help each other out. And I'm going to turn on my computer and see what happens. All right,
I got number 3 wrong, and I don't know why.
All right, number 3. Go ahead and read it for me.
Okay, give me a sec.
Yeah.
It says the length of the normal intro thing, and then
Right.
in a collection of 300 salamanders, how many have length greater than 16.8 centimeters?
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to multiply 300 times the percentage that you got.
Oh,
Right. So I don't know what the answer is. Like, let's say there was 10%. Just pretend. Then it'd be 10% of 300 would be 30. Okay. So you want to multiply the decimal by 300.
so it'll be greater than 16.8.
Right. So 15 and 2. Oh, it's the same data, right? And we want greater than. What was the greater than what again?
Oh my computer's so slow. I believe it is 16.8.
Okay. 16 point.
So the percent I got is 18.41. So 18.
Yeah. So multiply 300 times 0.1841. And there's a calculator on the top somewhere.
55.23.
There we go. Did it work? Yes. So the idea is that you're able to use the percentage to calculate how many salamanders are greater than 16 if there was 300 total. Okay. All right. And so keep on moving along these, and then I'll help you guys out. Now, I knew we were going to do this like a week ago, so I've been trying to lead you little by little to this step right here. This is the hard stuff, okay? But it's actually pretty cool when you have this tool, right?
Has anyone done number 4?
Anybody on number 4?
I'm on number 4.
Okay. All right. What do you got so
How
far?
did you? Because it says what length of salamander, whatever, was placed at the 80th percentile of length. How are you supposed to figure that out?
Oh, okay. You okay? Hold on. Let me see if I can help you guys with that. You might need a different tool for that. Let me find it. Okay, give me a second. You might need my advanced stats. So this is kind of backwards, right? Because now they're giving you the percentile, and you got to do it all the way backwards. But I have a tool for that. Unfortunately, my computer tool is the slowest. So on the other tool I have is you put the percentile, and then it'll do it backwards. Let me see if here's my notes for my class. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, see, my Chromebook would open this up like in seconds. All right. Inverse calculator. See, do you guys know what inverse means?
Reverse.
Reverse.
Opposite.
Yep, that's why I called it that.
Sort of like inverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of reverse, it's the inverse.
Mm-hmm. Let me just figure out how to open this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Inverse normal distribution. See, I even like looked it up and I saved it because so on this calculator, and I'm going to put it on the link in a minute, but I'll even do one of them for you. All right. So we want, what was the percentile we want?
80th.
Okay. And we want 80 above or below? Or just 80th? Okay.
Would place at
Okay.
the 80th.
And what was what's the average?
15.
15. And the standard deviation was 2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. So here is the mean average below area. Okay, hold on. Here we go. So can you see my screen, Abby?
Yeah.
So in the area, I put the percentile that I want, which is 0.8.
You can do that here too.
The average is 15, and the standard deviation is 2. And here is and what's the question exactly?
16.68. The answer is 16.683. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like what length of salamander would place it at the 8th percentile, 80th.
There it is. So I'm gonna put this link for everybody on the pace. And inverse means in reverse. Instead of trying to find out the percentile, you're giving it the percentile, and that you would put that under area. So go ahead and try opening that link up right there, Abby. It's right there on the pace. And I don't know how to spell calculator, but Google says this is how you do it. Thank you. Google has made me the worst speller in the world because I don't really spell things anymore.
It works. I'm here.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And like I said, I'm not requiring you guys to know how these things work. I just want you to know how to describe them and how to use them. Okay? So it's like I'm teaching you how to drive a car. I'm not asking you, hey, yo, how does a carburetor work? Yeah.
How do you figure out the median length?
The median length?
When we don't have like a bunch of numbers.
All right. And what screen is that? Let me jump on yours.
We just need to find out the median length, and like, would that be 15 or?
Yeah, the median length and the mean are exactly the same length in normal distribution.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Because it's normal. It's not skewed right. It's not skewed left. It's perfectly symmetrical. Therefore, the numbers are right on top of each other. And by the way, data that's skewed right or left can't be normal. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what a skewed right distribution will look like. It's not normal, right? Normal is a perfect little bell curve. All right, if anybody else is stuck, let me know because I can explain. We got a frog, a salamander over there. Anybody heard from Caden? I haven't heard from him at all. Aiden, are you in? I don't know if your Aiden's here. You can text him, find out what's going on. I don't want this to be complicated for you. I want it to be somewhat understandable. You know, like, okay, these are all percentages, like ranking order of things. And when you're done, it doesn't seem like did we have any notes to post today, or are we just going to do the screen?
There wasn't really any notes at all.
You just did the screen.
Yeah, okay. So what I'll do for this score, I'll just get your make sure that you guys did every screen, and then I'll give you points for that. And on the assignment, you can just take a picture of the screen or something. At least the last one, right? That'll tell me that you did them all.
Toby, hey.
Is that Kobe?
Yeah, he's
I thought it was Tyler being a salamander.
Yeah, our internet keeps cutting out.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, my internet's horrible right now.
Yeah,
yeah. Typing the password every 5 minutes just to get back on.
Oops. Yeah, that was happening to me. That's why
Crazy on camera now? That crazy on camera? They're watching you now, Toby.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
All right, what screen are you guys on now?
I finished.
Okay. So, was that tool pretty useful?
5.
Okay.
Tools are useful.
Yes.
They feel pretty, but I guess if we're allowed to use them.
Oh yeah, and look at
So what do we post on Google Classroom?
Yeah, what you can do is just take a picture of the last screen. So the people that are logging in, they're gonna have to watch this video, and I hope that people realize that it's a lot easier to do this live in class with me than it is to watch a recording and then try to figure it out. You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
And my goal is that when we're done with the recording, we're done with the class. I'm not giving you extra work to do by yourself, and that's not fair right now. Okay. So a picture of the very last screen would be great. Let me see if I finish doing that. I'm always like getting sidetracked. Here we go. How many screens was it?
8.
8. Okay.
Stop, get off me now.
Oh, Kobe, how did you get over there?
Oh, they can hear.
All right. Anybody else need help with anything? Okay.
Yep.
So.
Yes.
All right.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
So I have to get my Khan Academy number 3, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to put that in.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do every Sunday, I'm gonna go through all the assignments for everybody. This way, I'm not going through one here, one there, one there. Does that make sense? Unless your parents are really like on you, then you let me know and I'll take care of it.
Literally me every day.
That's why I said that disclaimer. Unless, okay, I'll take care of yours then. But typically, I'm gonna just sit here on Sunday and go through every assignment. Anybody post stuff late, I'll just take their work and I'll do all the. It takes a lot of time, so I just put on some music and I just go through all the different assignments in the Khan Academies. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else on the Desmos? Any questions on any screen? I think Ethan, you said you needed help with one. Did you log out? All right.
I'm stuck on number 3.
Number 3. Okay, let's go to 3 and perfectly
Some of
good.
them are really weird.
All right, so 3 is a little tricky. You need to do the 300.
No, I'm talking about number 1. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Is there a screen? This one?
Yeah, that one.
So what you want to do is, I lost the question, but can you tell me the numbers to type in here? It was 15.2, and what was the greater than or less than? What was it?
Less than 13.
13. Okay, so you want to click on this first button here. This is the less, and then type in 13, and then you got to press enter, and this is the percentage that you want to write. 0.1587, just like that. I was changing it to a percentage, like 15%, but whoever made this wants probability and percentiles are kind of the same, but they're a little different. So percentage is 50%, but they want this number right here. So basically the real question is, what percentage of salamanders are less than 13 centimeters long? And it's all this shaded region right here, which is about 15%. But put 0.1587. Okay. All right. Was that helpful?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. And then the next one is going to want between. See, this one says between.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need both of these numbers, and you're going to type them in the between. So you got to click on the between button, and then put the small number on the left, and then the larger number on the right, and it'll give you the between percent. Probability percentage.
Oh, yeah.
So, and luckily they kept the same, so right here the mu is 15. And by the way, everybody, mu and mean are different. Mu is you saying that the average that you got, you're going to apply it to the average of all the salamanders in the entire planet. But we really don't know what their average is. So we only know an average of a few sample.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, and we're just going to pretend that is going to be the average of all of them. So that's why it's a different symbol, okay?
Yeah.
So it's like a sample. It's not, kind of like when they do polling for politics, right? They can't ask everybody, but they can ask a few people.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Anybody need any help with any of the screens? And then for the next one, you have to multiply that by 300 to tell you how many are between 300.
Yeah.
All right. For the screen, let's see. And by the way, everybody, this is, I really appreciate you guys showing up here every day. It makes my day, something to look forward to. Otherwise, it'd be different. I can at least talk to my students, help you out. It definitely beats me making some videos and then posting it and then just putting it out there for you.
My friend makes content.
Oh,
on YouTube.
Yeah.
I put his YouTube channel in the messages.
Oh, really? What does he make? Like funny?
Not family-friendly content.
Not family friendly at all. I have been on his YouTube channel so many times. We
It's a
do a lot.
good thing we have to stay 6 feet apart, so we can't watch it all as a family. That was a really bad joke.
There's this one recently that we did like on Sunday, and yeah, we kind of got 29 views as soon as it got posted. So
No way, 29 views. That's 29 more than I ever would get.
That's 30 more views than I would ever get.
yeah, we do. A lot of streaming on his channel.
Just post them the recordings on YouTube,
Yeah,
and then you could get views, dude.
it's Mercury Heist, but it's spelled wrong, which is funny. And yeah, it's pretty funny. So the funny stories for
But I don't see the. I don't,
walk. Here. You want me to link it?
put it on the chat so I can see. I haven't.
Oh, God. Okay. We're gonna watch it.
Instead of doing class, we just
Oh my God. Sometimes we stream for like 4 hours, so.
you should watch one of those. Class for like an hour. Isn't that kind of crazy?
It is a little crazy, but we're doing good.